When we add water to an intense color, say this rose, the bold, vivid pigments suddenly transform into a gentle pink. But does that mean we've actually created a new color? Well, it depends. The simplest case where you can treat this as a new pink color is when you are using just one color, like when filling in a coloring book. Or painting a light monochromatic piece. In those cases, the diluted rose functions perfectly well as pink. But the confusion begins when you start using multiple colors in white-on-white techniques. What looks like pink here is actually a diluted rose. Since the pinkish tone comes mostly from the added water, the water itself becomes a key player in how the paint behaves. The water doesn't just lighten the pigment, it can also move it around, push other colors away, and interact with everything else on the paper. As you may already know from my previous videos, the order of applying colors matters in watercolor. On white paper, we usually begin with more diluted washes, then layer on thicker paint, but now the other way around, to avoid backgrounds and be able to blend smoothly. So for example, in this painting, I first laid down a soft rose, and then I added a darker blue using thicker paint with much less water. This way, the rose stays pink and glowy, while the deeper blue blends smoothly without pushing the rose away or creating unwanted blooms. But if you do it the other way around, starting off by washing the blue bit and then adding this diluted rose, the result will be like this. So if you want a smooth result, you will need a thicker rose color. Therefore, the watered down rose pink wouldn't be helpful.